returned to Africa. Diallo returned to Africa via London, where his portrait was painted. He died in Senegambia in 1773. But perhaps the most compelling narrative is by Olaudah Equiano. He was born in 1745 in Igbo land in what would today be Nigeria. He was snatched as a young boy and at first worked as a slave in Africa. But then he was sold to Europeans and ended up in London, where in 1789 he wrote his memoirs called The Interesting Narrative of the Life of Olaudah Equiano. This is one description by him of being on board a slave ship.
I would have jumped over the side, but I could not. And besides, the crew used to watch us very closely who were not chained down to the decks, lest we should leap into the water. And I have seen some of these poor African prisoners most severely cut for attempting to do so. The white people looked and acted as I thought in so savage a manner. The crew used to watch us very closely who were not chained down to the decks, lest we should leap into the water. And I have seen some of these poor African prisoners most severely cut for attempting to do so. The white people looked and acted as I thought in so savage a manner, for I have never seen among any people such instances of brutal cruelty. The shrieks of the women and the groans of the dying rendered the whole scene of horrors.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and blessings to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect of Yasharallah, spread across the four corners of the planet Earth, who teach this truth, who teach this word in truth and in sincerity. Peace to the sisters who watch and who learn as well. All right, and none of these lessons are planned. All right, I'm just going into the spirit, okay, from a video that came across my feed earlier, and earlier this morning, and I was letting it play while listening to it while I was riding, and I heard a couple of these stories, all right, which I thought would interest, whether you are part of the elect, okay, or you're seeking information in this truth, all right, which on your road to hopefully being of the elect. Now, as the Apostle Gabar, recently came out with a video entitled Manja, Mangia, all right, Manja, all right, which is to eat, all right. So this is, more food for thought, more food for the soul, all right. And as you heard, okay, from this man's mouth, and then now, a lot of you might be like, see, they were calling themselves Africans. They were calling white people white, and Esau edited, okay, these books that these slaves, okay, that these slaves, Well, would it be narrated or auto? These slaves did. All right, these testimonies from these slaves, Esau edited it. Okay, so Esau's going to put in African and white. Okay, now I'm not. Maybe they didn't call Esau an Edomite. Maybe they had some other name. Okay, but whenever Esau. Okay, and at this point, um, I wouldn't trust anything that Igor does. Okay, um, but I'm going to just pick the bones out of the information that they're given. Now, if this man who was a captive, and when it speaks of the captives, in the scriptures, that's talking about you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right, okay, you are the only ones who were captive. Okay, the scriptures are speaking loudly to you. Okay, these scriptures are this is like one of those puzzles that's easy to put together. But then you have people who would even make that a hard task, putting together a an easy puzzle. You know, we call them a numbskull. All right, but this Jake gave his account that these Edomites that he encountered. All right, you know, were the worst. On his dealing with Esau, Edom, were the worst people he had ever encountered. Now that would go against Esau's narrative that in Africa, you know, um, you had the Africans and us um, acting savagely or being savage. Had that been the case, him dealing with Esau or Igor, would have been a walk in the park. Okay, but he had never encountered the wickedness. Okay, the savagery that he did until he encountered Esau. All right.
The shrieks of the women and the groans of the dying rendered the whole scene of horrors almost inconceivable.
Nigerian academic Iwu Ikwebuzo, who is himself Igbo, says Ekwino's book is an important historic document.
That book was published in 1789. So in it, he recorded what he could remember about the book because he was kidnapped and sold into slavery at the age of 12. Just like a typical Igbo man, he was very dogged, hard-working. By dint of hard work, he got educated and got his freedom. And got engaged in the fight against the slave trade because he was himself a victim of slave trade. So he was fighting against it. In fact, he wanted to come to Africa, but he was not allowed. When we talk about the history of the Igbo, it's one of the sources. So what he documented in his autobiography provides.
So after he dealt with Esau, all right, and it shows you that he was a Hebrew Israelite, man. All right, and you can look at the picture here, okay, and tell this guy is a Hebrew Israelite, man. Okay, um, and not a Hamite. Okay, he was not allowed to go back to Igbo land. All right, um, in Nigeria. Now, there's another account of a uh, African being kidnapped from Africa, but they let him return. They didn't let uh, this guy return. Okay, they didn't let him return for whatever reasons. Okay, he was smart. Okay, with maybe one of the reasons, and you know he would have been about ready to seek revenge, man. Okay, so they wouldn't let him return. All right, because obviously he had that fighting spirit, and Esau probably couldn't sleep at night, knowing that they had an enemy like this, who had went back to Africa. All right, but nonetheless, all right, diving into history. All right, now we, most of the, some of this history, we have to, take the bones out of it, man. Okay, but seeking through history, all right, is very important. Okay, as the saying goes, if you don't know where you came from, you don't know where you're going. And especially in this day and age, when you have coons, you see Roland Martin. Okay, he's dancing because Joe Biden has won the presidency. Donald Trump is out. A lot of Jakes, they're dancing, they're happy because Biden won. All right, record numbers of our people who are happy because Joe Biden has won, man. But Joe Biden and America, okay, these Edomites, okay, so-called white people, they are responsible for, uh, you know, they are the, for the continued enslavement uh, and atrocities being carried out on so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right. Um, I have some more video.
A lot of information about Igbo. You cannot talk about Igbo history today without mentioning Olaudah Equiano and his work.
Okay, 1 second.
Between the 16th and 19th centuries is 12.5 million. Olaudah Equiano became a prominent abolitionist, and by the time of his death in London in 1797, calls for abolition were gaining momentum on both sides of the Atlantic in Europe and the Americas. It was a very public debate, as these illustrations in British publications from the 1790s show. These images...
Let's see. Now, do you see, these are illustrations. These are the illustrations that Esau himself pin up, man. This is how they treated you so-called Negro women, man. You African women who are Europeanized now. Okay? This is what Esau did to you, man. And now you're voting him in, all right? You're going against you're the main opposition against your own people. And I'm talking about you so-called black women. All right? You so-called black women, you are the main opposition to your people. And right behind you, close behind you, are the sons that you give birth to. Okay? And raise, by yourselves, in some cases. All right? In some cases. But you black women, okay? You see, one of these, it's funny, man. As you see one of these slavery dudes, uh, you know, uh, Edomites, one of these Igors, has on a red jacket, and the other a blue jacket. Okay, that's Trump and Biden. Man, it just came to me while I was just looking at the picture, man. All right, and what do you think they're about to do with this woman, man? Okay, okay, these per, perverted out Edomites, man. The 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 uh the guy, all right, I can't pronounce his name, who they were just talking about. He said you had Jakes jumping over the ships into the ocean to die. Okay, some of these women on, as I listen to the account, some of these women would get some oil because they were also transporting palm oil, all right, for the machines in America. But some of these women would douse themselves in palm oil and in oil, all right, gasoline, all right, flammable liquid, and burn themselves up rather than to be brought to America. Okay? The men jumping overboard, going into the Atlantic Ocean. To this day, you still have sharks. Okay? You have generations and generations of sharks who still, you know, occupy that part of the ocean because they had such a great feast, all right, on the flesh of Israelites, man. Okay?
Seemingly trivialize true accounts of how slaves were tortured. In this caricature, a slave described as work shy is put in a tub.
Work shy, all right? Work shy, all right? They put work shy in the tub of scalding water, man, all right? Now, I'm willing to, I'm willing to bet that his name wasn't Work Shy, man, okay? But, they're just, they're saying that, okay? He was probably saying Yahweh Shai, calling on the name Yahweh Shai, all right? Which infuriated, all right, these devils, okay? And they boiled them in water, man, to mock the Lord, man, all right? Now, right, I'm trying to listen and record this, as I'm on my, going to work right now. And I'm for a later on lesson. So Salakia, yeah, I cut in. I was just trying to collect some footage for later on. But I thought I would point that right there out. Okay. And then I'll let you go back to the video.
Picture depicts a world in which the black man would have the whip hand over the white race if the abolitionists won the argument.
And so, cutting back in, okay, because you see the timestamp on that jump from 7 to 2, all right, but to 2:52. But ultimately Esau fears Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai returning. Again, Esau knows that the Bible is valid. While you have a lot of our people, a lot of our people who are just, numbskulls, man. Total numbskulls. All right. Ninja doubt. I'm going to read some scriptures, man, and I'm going to end it there. First will be Isaiah 59 and 8. All right. It says, the way of peace they know not, and there is no judgment in their goings. They have made them crooked paths, and whosoever goeth therein shall not know peace. And that's ultimately what our people have done, man. Okay? That's what our people have done. That's what they're, again, man, when you go out of the way, all right, of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, man, that's it, man. That is it. Like I said, let me tell you, judgment is poured out upon the earth, man. Okay? Judgment is pouring out upon the earth. You had this, just recently you had this Chicago rapper, Vaughn, get gunned down in Atlanta. And as of yesterday, okay, you had another one of these, big rappers named Mo3 or Mo, gunned down. And more rappers. You know, this is has been a year, man. Okay? A lot of you, Jason, are you losing your family to COVID? Okay? Jobs. That's because and you're still cheering on this white, all right, this so-called white uh oppressor. All right? You've chosen his paths. Let me get another scripture. Jeremiah 6 and 16. Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways, and see, and ask for the old paths. Where is the good way? And walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they say, we will not walk therein. And that's what you say, man. Okay? You're supposed to learn your history, okay? Learn this history, man, through the scriptures. The Bible is the history book for you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. Okay? This is your history book. Stop listening. You're listening to people who don't even read. Okay? Most of the people, the opponents of the Bible, don't even read. All right? And those that do, the Most High is not dealing with them, man. Okay? They don't even know what they're reading. Let me get another scripture and I'm going to end it. Um, this is Hebrews 12 and 13. It says, and make straight paths for your feet. Okay, and what's straight paths? Straight paths is the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, all right? The knowledge of these commandments, all right? Law, statutes, and commandments. These are straight paths, okay? What proves that? Hebrews 12 and 13. And make straight paths for your feet, lest that which is lame be turned out of the way, but let it rather be healed. Okay? And you're gonna have some people that are lame, man. Okay? Who don't get this truth, man. Okay? And we and in the truth, we look at two-thirds of you like you're lames, man. Who would want to be in the world and in the society where homosexuality is the more popular, is the most, is the alpha thing to do in the society? The homosexuals run it. Okay? You people calling yourself thugs and gangsters, you don't run nothing, man. The homosexuals clearly run it. Okay? That was telling me to go. Okay? On that note. The homosexuals clearly run it. Even down to the clothes that you wear. Okay? Most of you are dressing and being dressed by a homosexual, man. Okay? By a momo. Queer eye for the straight guy. Okay? They are the ones who are telling designers what you should be wearing. And they're using their queer eye so they can check you out. And you're falling right into it. Because their thing is the men, okay? They're not concerned about the women, okay? Their thing is buck breaking. That has always been Esau's MO, to buck break, okay? And you Jakes, you more popular Jakes, you're bucks that are broken, man. Okay? You're on Instagram, 100 pictures, Facebook, 100 pictures, 1,000 pictures, doing nothing manly about the picture, okay? Even if you're exercising, it's just, it looks momo, okay? Look momoed out, man. Okay? That's because what you've learned masculinity from the momos. And so, you only, that what you've learned is what you display. All right? But I got to end it there because, I have to, be on my way now. But Until next time, shalom, man. And dig into your history, man. All right? You're not an African black person. All right? You are a Hebrew Israelite from one of the 12 prospective tribes. All right? Uh, from Judah on down to Issachar. All right? So, till next time, shalom.